So, my dear student, let's begin exercise 3.2. It's the question number 1. Form the pair of linear equations in the following problems and find their solution graphically. Okay, this is the general question we need to represent through graphically. Now, in that, the first case we are given is that. First question is 10 students of class X took part in a mathematics quiz. If the number of girls is 4 more than the number of boys, find the number of boys and the girls who took part in the quiz, which is quite easy and very important question. Fine. So first of all, we know that we need to mention something. We need to assume something. Okay. So for that, we are assuming here. Solution. Let's start. Let the number of boys be x. We do not know, so we are assuming for that x. And number of girls that is by. Fine. Number of boys x and number of boys x and number of girls by. Now, how to form the equation? Actually, in the beginning, they have given in the sentence 10 students. 10 students are there. It means number of boys and number of girls all together. Total 10 students are there. So, this will become our first equation, which is quite easy to form. Total number of students 10 we are given. It means number of boys and number of girls all together 10. Now, let's work out on the second what we are given. They are saying the number of girl means y, that is 4 more than number of boys. 4 more than number of boys. You can write x plus 4. 4 more than number of boys. Fine. So this will become our second equation. Let's write in a proper form. So if I write it in a proper form, then x minus y, that will be considered. See what I am going to do. X is kept as it is. Y I am bringing to that side minus y, and 4 will be this side, so it will become minus 4. So these two equations we are having. Which two equations? Let's note down again. The two equation will be x plus y equal to 10, first equation. The another equation is x minus y equal to minus 4. Fine. Check. Okay, whom I want to make a subject. Suppose I am making subject x, then I need to write 10 minus y. Fine. So it means that for the different value of y, we will get the value of x. So let me take different value of y here. So which three values I need to prepare? Let's go with the first. Suppose I am choosing 3 here. 10 minus 3, 7. Suppose I am choosing 5. 10 minus 5, 5. 10 minus 7, then it gives the result 3. Fine. So this will become the coordinates actually. This is for y. So our x coordinate is this here. So coordinates will be 7, 3, 5, 5, 3, 7 like that. Fine. So let's note down this also. So my dear student, here you can see in front of the table already is ready. So here we need to put the value of x, and this is for the y. What is the value of x in the first beginning? We have taken, this is the value of 3. That is for y. So result is 7. So I need to write for 7. It is 3, 5, 5 and 3, 7. Be careful while writing. Don't confuse yourself at that time. Don't put the value of y in place of x. Okay. Here we are using for y. So all the y values you need to put it here. And according to that what we got the answer, that we need to put it as a x. Okay. Now this is for the first equation only. Let's work out for the second equation. Okay. Our second equation was like that. It was here x minus y equal to minus 4, right? Our equation was like that. x minus y, that is equal to minus 4. Fine. So let's work out upon that. In that, let's make a subject. Okay. If I make a subject to x, then I need to write minus 4 plus y. Okay. This will be the second equation. Okay. For the different value of, let's see how to solve. Therefore, for the different value of y, we will have solution. Fine. Here you can see. Think about that. Think different value and keep it the value in place of y. Okay. So suppose I am choosing first here 5. I am taking 5 here. So minus 4 plus 5 gives the result 1. Suppose I am choosing 6 here. So minus 4 plus 6 gives the result 2 plus 2. Here I am choosing 7. Then minus 4 plus 7 gives the result 3. Fine. So these are the values which we are gaining. Okay. Now it's compulsory to draw the table. So it will be easy for us to locate the point, because through the table only we will able to say in which quadrant the particular points will lie. So according to that, how can we proceed towards the graph? Okay. Which quadrant we need to show in the graph paper, on the graph paper. Let me write the value of x and y now. Okay. What is the value of x in the beginning? Here it is 1. That is the value of x. For the value of y, 5. Then here 2. And this will be 6, 3. And this will be 7. Fine. So these are the coordinates. This will become the coordinates of the second equation. Let's note down and locate the point now. Okay. So my dear student, here you can see the coordinates of equation 1 and equation 2 are 7, 3, 5, 5, 3, 7. And for second equation 1, 5, 2, 6 and 3, 7. All the way these are lie. These all the points lies on where they lie on a first quadrant only. It's fine. So let's work out upon that and let's start drawing. Leaving 2-3 lines from the side by side, let me draw y-axis here. Okay. As usual, I am saying this is y-axis. Okay. And leaving little bit line from down, I am taking this as my x-axis. Right. This I am considering as an x-axis. So let me write its a name. What is the name of this axis? I need to mention this is my x-axis. This is x dash axis. Fine. This is y-axis and this is y dash axis. Fine. And as we know that this is the 0. So this is the origin O. Fine. It depends on us how to take the scale, because highest is not more than 10. So we can work out leaving 1, 1, 9. Also we can draw taking 1, 1 unit, 9, 10, 11 up to 12. Same thing here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, like that. Fine. So let's locate the point now. As usual, you know, we need to locate the correct point at correct places. So I am beginning history from here. First line for that 7, 3. Where to locate 7, 3? 7 is over here and 3 will be here. So this point will be 7, 3. Fine. Another point is 5, 5. 5 is here and this the 5.5. It will be here somewhere. Third point is 3, 7. 3 is here. Let's work out here. So this will be 7. So this point is 3, 7. Okay. So let's connect all these 3 points. The line will become like that. See the line. If I extend this here somewhere this way, if I extend little bit more both the sides. So let's find which type of graph we will have, and it's compulsory to mention the scale here. Okay. So please Yes, student, mention the scale here. The scale on both the axes we have taken 1 unit equal to 1. Fine. Now, as we know that for the second also we need to locate the point. Okay. So, if you see it carefully, then what it will be? Let's work out upon that. If we locate the another points on the this 1 comma 5, 1 on x-axis, 5 on y-axis. Yes, here it is 1 comma 5. Another is 2 comma 6, 2 is here you can see, and 6 on y-axis. So here it will be located 2 comma 6 somewhere. Third point 3 comma 7 itself, the same point 3 comma 7 already it is mentioned. Okay, so that will become the, now if we join this line, then what will be the result? Just observe here. Okay, if I extend this line, then the result will be like that. See, I'm joining and extending this line. Both the lines are intersecting. Correct. They are meeting at 3 comma 7, this point. So this point will become the, that point will become the intersecting point, and that will be the solution, that we call the solution of both of this equation. Right? And what was the name of the equation? The name of what was the first equation here? We need to mention that is this line equal to x plus y equal to 10, and second was from here x minus y equal to minus 5. X minus y equal to minus 5. Right? So this is the complete solution. Now the final answer, what we need to write? Let's see what we can write in the final answer. Through the representation of the graph, through the representation with the graph, we can say that both the lines intersect. Both the line intersect at a point. At a point. And what are its point? What are its coordinate? That the meeting point of the line is 3 comma 7. So as we know that the first is connected with x-axis and this is with the y-axis. So we can say that therefore the number of boys and girls are, therefore number of boys, they will be 3, and number of girls, they are equal to 7. This is the complete solution of the question number 1. It's the first part. Question number 2. Okay, the same chapter, the question I am reading. On comparing the ratio A1 by A2, B1 by B2 and C1 by C2, find out whether the lines representing the following pairs of linear equations intersect at a point, are parallel or coincident. We have to check. Okay, means we do not have to draw the graph here, but here two equations are given. Let's see how to go with that. The first question in that, two equations are given. Which are they? I am mentioning it here. First equation is 5x minus 4y plus 8 equal to 0. And second equation is 7x plus 6y minus 9 equal to 0. This we are given, right? So what I am going to do with that? Here two equations are given. First of all, these are linear equation. You can see, are they in their general form? First you confirm. If they are in their general form, then we can proceed further. Fine. So if they are in their general form, let me call it in equation 1. This is number equation 2. Okay. They are already in general form. How? Because they are a1x plus b1y plus c1 equal to 0, a2x plus b2y plus c2 equal to 0. Now, as we know that, if I ask you what is a1 here, b1 here, and c1 here, and here a2, b2, and c. Right? So we need to mention it here. What is a1? What is a1? That is 5. What is b1? Minus 4. What is c1? That is 8. What is a2? 7. b2? 6. c2 minus. Okay. The first condition, if you remember nicely, we know that a1 by a2, b1 by b2, c1 by c2. But let's check for these two first. Okay. So I need to mention here 5 by 7. This is minus 4 by 6. Fine. So it means that this side 5 by 7. Now if I simplify, then of course this side minus 2 by 3. Okay. Now you can see, observe both of the side. Are they similar? No, they are not similar, right? They are not similar. It means it indicates that a1 by a2 not equal to b1 by b2. And whenever this situation occurs, we know that which type of line as a result we will have. So we can say the lines intersecting lines. The result with this two equation. Final answer only I am mentioning here. That is intersecting. Which type of lines we will have? Intersecting lines. Because as we know that a1 by a2 not equal to b1 by b2, it indicates that the types of line will be intersecting. Got it? So my dear student, now in the second question, the second part, we are given two equations. 9x plus 3y plus 12 equal to 0, 18x plus 6y plus 24 equal to 0. Let me call this equation number 1 and this is equation number 2. Now we can see here both the equations are already in linear form. Fine. They all are in their general form. Linear equations are in their general form. So what we have to do? So as we know that, let's start. a1 by a2 equal to b1 by b2 equal to c1 by c2 also we are doing here. Okay. What is the reason? Because through observation also we come to know that if I write here 9 by 18, b by 6 and 12 by 24. And after simplification, here if I simplify, then I will get 1/2. Here after simplification, I will get 1/2. After simplification, I will get 1/2. All the way, all three are equal. Okay. In such a case, whenever this type of result, all three ratios are in equal, a1 by a2 equal to b1 by b2 equal to c1 by c2. All three ratios are equal. In such a case, we can say the which type of lines we will have as a result. That line is coincident. Okay. So we need to mention here the line is coincident. So in the third question, we are given 6x minus 3y plus 10 equal to 0, 2x minus y plus 9 equal to 0. Let me call this is equation 1, this is equation number 2. Fine. So first of all, as usual, I am going to take it's the ratio. Ratio of whose? All three, a1 by a2, b1 by b2, c1 by c2. Fine. How to work out upon that? As we know, this is 6 by 2. Here along with the sign minus 3 and here nothing means minus 1. And of course here 10 and this is given 9. Fine. This way we are given. Let's work out and let's simplify. Be ready? The simplification of this is only 3. If I simplify, minus minus will be cancelled. So this is 3. But here it is 10 by 9. No more simplification. So it is clear. Now we can say it is here, this is not equal to, this side is not equal to. And as we know that A1 by, yes, A1 by A2 equal to B1 by B2 not equal to C1 by C2. This indicates that which type of lines as a result we will have? Of course, they are the example of parallel lines. So we need to mention here these linear equation is of parallel. So you can see, dear student, here without calculating we are able to say which type of lines we will give. Fine. Okay, so my dear student, here exercise 2.2 question number 3. On comparing the ratios A1 by A2, B1 by B2 and C1 by C2, find out whether the following pairs of linear equation are consistent or inconsistent. Right? So here first example we are given 3x plus 2y equal to 5. 2x minus 3y equal to 7. The very beginning question I am asking to you, are they in a linear, it's a general form? This linear equation is a general form? No. I need to write it in its a general form first. So I need to bring it here this side, and the second equation will become this minus 7. Now they are in its a general form. Let me call this equation 1 and this equation 2. Now very simple. I know A1 by A2. Let me find all three ratios, and after that we will decide they have equal to or not equal to. Fine. So let me write the value of A1. Of course it is 3 and this 2. Here it is 2 and this is side minus 3. If these two are not coming similar, it is clearly visible. See, they are different. Along with minus sign also, and this 3 by 2 and 2 by minus 3 not equal. So we need not have to mention even this thing. We need not have to mention this thing even. So directly we should say that is not equal to. Dear student, as we know, whenever A1 by A2 not equal to B1 by B2, we are giving that indicate that linear equation is, therefore the given linear equation is consistent. Given linear equation is consistent. So please remember, when we have the consistent result, when A1 by A2 not equal to B1 by B. Let's see some more examples, and we'll have the clear view about the inconsistent and consistent and dependent also. So let's work out on the second part. The second part of the question is 2x minus 3y equal to 8. 4x minus 6y equal to 9. In these two equations, we can say they are not in their general form. Okay, so let's work out upon that. So minus 8 will be here, and 4x minus 6y minus 9 equal to 0. Fine. So as usual, we know we need to go with A1 by A2, B1 by B2, and C1 by C2. Okay, we need to decide their ratio. So what it will be here? Here it will be 2 by 4 along with the sign minus 3 minus 6. Don't forget to keep the minus sign also along with that. Minus 8 and minus 3. Okay. So let's simplify. Let's bring them in the standard form. If we simplify, then we will have here 1/2. Of course, minus minus cancel. This side also 1/2 we are gaining. But here, this side minus minus cancel. But here the result after simplification will be only 8 by 9. Okay. So, we can say here, this is equal to, this is not equal to. Not equal. Here equal to, here not. So, in such a case, we know that whenever we are having this result, then according to the lines, which type of line will be there? Which type of line will be there? Of course, they are parallel lines. Okay, but as we do not have to mention the lines here, according to the question, we need to mention which type of they are consistent or inconsistent. So, in such a case, we can say linear equation is inconsistent. Please note down, linear equation is inconsistent. 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 SISTEN. Right? Here. So, my dear student, here the third question of the same question number 3 is here. I am reading it. 3 by 2x plus 5 by 3y equal to 7. 9x minus 10y equal to 40. Okay. Both of these linear equation, they are not in their general form. So, let me convert them, bring them in its general form. So, I need to bring this 7 to left side. So, it will become minus 7 and here equal to 0. Same procedure I am applying for the next equation, that is 9x minus 10y minus 14 equal to 0. Okay. So these two equations which you can see on your screen, let me call this is the first equation and this is the second equation. Now as usual we know we need to find the ratio of A1 by A2, B1 by B2 and of course C1 by C2. Okay, sometimes we need not have to go with that. But let's see. If it is not required, then we can clear it. Now, what is A1 by A2? So look at your screen. It is in given fractional number. 3 by 2 in numerator. This is the coefficient of x. And what is the coefficient of x here? That is 9. Okay. Now B1 is 5 by 3. So I am writing it in numerator. And of course here minus 10. Dear student, don't forget to keep the sign. Okay, sometimes you are in hurry and you forget to keep this sign because this missing of this sign is create a lot of mistake and you will proceed towards the wrong result. So here next C1 or C1 by C2 also let me mention it and let's check. If it is not useful, then we will remove. Now, how to go with that? As we know that 3 by 2 upon 9, so it indicates that this numerator, this denominator. So it will be 3 here. So simplification of this will be 2 by 3. Same procedure I can go with that here. 5 2 cha 10. So I will have here this is in denominator. So I can consider it in a numerator, negative sign. So you can see, but here this is denominator. This is numerator. Okay, I need to correct it. I did mistake here. I am correcting. As here in the numerator, nothing. 3 has been there. 3 was there. It has been cancelled. So 1 and here 2, 3 just 6. I'm correcting that. This step is 3 2 just 6 now. And same thing is here. But here along with minus sign 1 upon 3 2 6. See, there is a difference of sign. Both of these results similar. But if you miss out of writing this sign, that you will proceed toward the wrong answer. Okay. In such a case, we need not have to proceed for C1, C2 because here only we come to know this is not equal to. And as we know, this is not equal to it. Proceed that it has unique solution. Fine. Another way we can say intersecting line. Okay. But we have to answer in a terms of incident, coincident, or sorry, we have to respond. The answer is consistent or inconsistent. So in such a case we can say consistent. The given linear equations, they are for consistency. They are consistent. They are consistent.